Have you ever had more than someone else and still felt like they were somehow winning at life? This is the story of a wealthy landowner who had everything money could buy, and the poor farmer he couldn't stop envying. What he eventually learned might completely change what you think having enough actually means. My name is Muhammad, and this is Tales of Awareness. Today's story is about a landowner named Farid and the small field that haunted him. Farid owned more land than anyone in the valley, fields stretching farther than the eye could see, a large house, servants, more grain than his family could ever eat. By every measure, he had succeeded. But every evening, Farid would walk to the edge of his property and stare at a small plot on the hillside, barely an acre, owned by a farmer named Yusuf. And every evening, the sight of it made him restless. Yusuf's field was tiny. His house was a single room. He owned one ox, a handful of tools, nothing more. And yet, every evening, Farid would hear laughter drifting up from that small house. Yusuf's family gathered outside, sharing a simple meal, content. Farid couldn't understand it. "I have 50 times what he has," he muttered one night. And he seems happier than I've ever felt." He decided to visit Yusuf and ask him directly. Farid walked up the hill and found Yusuf sitting outside, watching the sunset. "How are you?" Farid asked. "When I have so much and still feel like it's not enough?" Yusuf thought for a moment, then pointed at his small field. "How many rows do you see there?" "Oh, maybe 10. Farid guessed. "I know every one of them," Yusuf said. "I know which row grows slowest, which corner catches the most sun, which plant needs water first. My whole world fits in a space I can actually hold in my mind, so every evening I can see the whole of what I have, and it's enough to fill me." He looked toward Farid's sprawling fields in the distance. "You have 50 times my land, but can you actually see all of it? Or does most of it just sit somewhere in your mind as a number?" Farid said nothing for a long moment. "Contentment was never about how much you have," Yusuf continued. "It's about how much of what you have you actually notice." The words landed harder than Farid expected. He thought about his vast fields. Fields he hadn't personally walked in years, numbers on a ledger more than a place he actually lived in. Farid began doing something strange after that evening. Instead of expanding his land further, he started walking his fields each morning, learning them the way Yusuf knew his. He gave away portions he couldn't manage himself. Slowly, his life became smaller in size but larger in presence. A year later, a traveler asked Farid how much land he owned. For the first time, instead of reciting a number, he said, "Enough that I know every row of it." The lesson isn't that having more is wrong, it's that more only helps you if you can actually experience it. A field you've never walked, a life you've never noticed, doesn't make you richer. It just makes you busier keeping track of it. From my perspective, this is the quiet trap of comparison. We measure our lives against a number instead of a feeling. Yusuf wasn't poorer than Farid in anything that actually mattered. He was just paying closer attention. If you know someone who's chasing more without ever slowing down to notice what they already have, this story is for them. Subscribe to Tales of Awareness for more stories about what actually makes a life feel full.